Our group is dissecting the pigeon, which is a reptile, and birds are most known for their feathers and their ability to fly. The pigeon body is streamlined. It has the feathers are contour feathers, which have barbacle, which have little barbs, and you have there's little barbs in there that kind of, it's made of the vein, and the little barbs are these little bitty these little things right here. The feathers also help the bird. Birds are endothermic, and the feathers allow the birds to provide the birds with insulation, which helps them retain body heat. Relatives of the prehistoric Archaeopteryx, which was from the Cretaceous period. The power they use in order to be able to flap their wings is their large pectoral breast, which has been adapted for flight. So that is the big muscle that allows them to be able to do the flapping motion. The skin contains attachment points that run along the tracks to hold the feathers, so that are vital for the flight. So I guess these underneath here.
Okay, because of the fact that humans and animals underwent evolution, it is not uncommon to find beings that are totally different to us today. Uh, this is the case with birds. They have less bones than mammals or reptiles do, since more bones will mean more weight, which make it more difficult to fly. Also, they have lightweight but not brittle bones, so that they'll be able to fly but also manage the stresses that comes with taking off and landing. Their bones are hollow, which allow more air to be absorbed into their blood so they can use it for the energy. Their skulls have air cavities connected to their nasal cavities for additional airflow. Their trunk or chest bones, which also includes the vertebral area, breastbone, and pelvic bones, have air sacs that are in a cavity and they're all connected to the lungs.
Unlike most mammals that are viviparous, meaning that they give live birth, birds are oviparous, meaning that they lay eggs which hatch outside the mother.
Pigeons have a similar brain, have a more, I guess, complex brain compared to other reptiles. They have the brain stem, which is used for breathing, just right under here. And then we have the cerebellum, which is used in balance. And then we have the midbrain, which I didn't write that down. Midbrain, which has our optic lobe. So this is the one. The midbrain is what is well developed in the bird, because they are definitely very reliant on that optic lobe to be able to see, because they have got color vision and everything. And then the yellow is the cerebrum, which has the olfactory bulbs, which are responsible for, I guess, like scent. All right, so in order for birds to even maintain flight. They need this pectoralis muscle, which allows them to maintain that flapping motion, allows the birds to flap their wings. Okay.
So this here is the esophagus, which after eating the food, it comes down all the way to the gizzard, which is right here. And the gizzard is responsible for the mechanical breakdown of the food.
Alright, and this right here is the crop. It acts as a second stomach, allowing for the bird to gorge on its food really quickly and fly away to avoid predators. It also is used to nourish its young. It has a mixture of desquamated cells and fluid called pigeon's milk, which is sloughed off by the crop to be regurgitated and fed to the baby pigeons.
Here's the liver. It's responsible for metabolizing carbs and fats. It also serves as a quick storage and retrieval of energy to fuel flight. And it also contains epithelial cells called hepatocytes, which they contain enzyme and detoxify poisons.
This is the trachea, which is the passageway for air leading to the lungs, which are down here. This is the left lung. It's kind of hard to see. It's like kind of here. This is the left lung, right here, and the right is here. Is hard to see it. It's like there. Okay, so the lungs add oxygen and remove CO2.
The numerous air sacs allow for unidirectional continuous respiration. This means that there is a constant influx of fresh oxygen to meet the metabolic demands of flight. The air sacs also provide the body with some buoyancy and cushion the internal organs during flight. The number of air sacs varies according to species, but most birds have 9 air sacs. The left and right cervical air sacs, the central interclavicular air sac, the left and right anterior thoracic air sacs, and the left and right abdominal air sacs. The pigeon also has a pair of air sacs inside the humerus in the wing. It takes 2 complete inhalations and exhalations for a single air molecule to pass through the respiratory circuit.
So that right there is the cloaca, and the cloaca receives waste from the kidneys and fluids from the reproductive organs, and it transfers them out to the external environment.
The intestine plays a major role in digestion. It absorbs nutrients, it digests bacteria, reabsorbs water, and forms fecal matter. The intestine of the bird is relatively short compared to other vertebrates. This is another adaptation to make flight a little easier to attain.
So this right here is the pancreas, and the pancreas is the major gland of the digestive system in vertebrates. The pancreas secretes pancreatic juices into the small intestine. And the pancreatic juice is a combination of water, electrolytes, and enzymes. And the pancreas also produces insulin, glucagons, and other hormones that are important to the regulation of sugar levels and the metabolism of fats and carbs.
The heart is the main pumping organ of the circulatory system. In the bird, the heart is relatively large to meet the metabolic needs of flight. In mammals and birds, the heart is divided. Pulmonary circulation and systemic circulation are completely separate. As a consequence, systemic circulation can operate at a much higher pressure than pulmonary circulation can. To allow for higher systemic pressure, the left ventricle of the heart is larger than the right ventricle. The avian heart is similar to the adult mammalian heart. This is interesting because evolutionarily speaking, birds are thought to be more closely related to crocodiles than to mammals. One possibility is that the common ancestor to birds and mammals had a completely divided heart. Another possibility is that the common ancestor only had a partially divided heart, and the similarity between mammalian and avian hearts is due to convergent evolution.